What's up, gang? James here with another episode of Making Friends, and I am pumped to share this week's with you. We're gonna have some fun with this one, so if you guys are ready, let's do this thing. Hey, we are cruising. You guys are really missing out this morning. So this week's shenanigans took us up to Morro Bay, California on the Central Coast, one of my favorite spots. I'm so excited about this one because not only was it fun, but I got to see a bunch of my friends, I got to surprise them, and so I'm calling this week Icing My Friends During Quarantine. So how I came up with this idea was that 1, I knew everyone was home for the quarantine, 2, I know that they didn't know I was coming up, and 3, thanks to my friends Find My and Smirnoff Ice, I was able to put those together to surprise my friends in a fun way, catch them off guard a little bit, and ultimately build that friendship. So that's what this is all about. So that was my mentality. I know you'll enjoy this one, and you'll see some of my highs and lows, and ultimately how this thing all came together in the end with a little bit of persistence. Not to mention that this activity has tons of applications beyond the quarantine and beyond Smirnoff Ice that you guys can implement, and I'll talk about that later. So after a quick stop to pick up some of my favorite surprise beverages, we headed to my friend Brian's place for attempt number 1. Although I was tracking Brian's location on Find My, I did not realize there was a chance that he would not pick up my phone call.
Doesn't work if they don't pick up.
It's perfectly normal to have nerves run high on your first covert operation.
You're making me nervous.
So eventually we made the plant, knocked on the door a couple of times, made a few phone calls, but in the end...
Failed attempt number 1.
With spirits and excitement still riding high, we gave attempt number 2 a shot with my buddy Braden.
Pick up, dude. People not answer their phone anymore?
Having forgotten that millennials don't answer phone calls, no matter how many times you call, we left the package behind and headed out, only to receive a text later with how happy he was to get my gift. Being slightly discouraged with attempts 1 and 2, we headed over to my reliable friend Nathan and Kathy's for a much-needed point in the W column.
This is so fucking annoying.
Failed attempt
number 3.
Realizing that I was now letting my friend Tara down, I was desperate for a win with Brian and Zach in attempt number 4.
This is the one.
Unfortunately, that one turned out to be a heaping pile of dog shit as well.
Your call has been...
And number 4 failed.
You're gonna have to drink this one.
The walk of shame.
All right.
For the 4th time.
So as you can probably imagine, I was pretty pissed after that, and ultimately I made a couple of changes and tweaks, and it leads me to my first and second points, which is 1, don't get discouraged, and 2, be willing to be flexible. Make changes when things are not working. I sacrificed some of the surprise by actually coordinating with some of the people, so I contacted Brian's girlfriend to make sure that they were home, and I contacted the other significant others, and the next day was an amazing day.
It's gonna work this
Second attempts here.
Attempt number 2 to this house, attempt number 5 on the day. Not one success.
So like Rex Ryan to the New York Jets, we had a little halftime pep talk, changed up the strategy a bit, and we were back in it. It's never over until you say it's over.
This is gonna work. You can just smell it in the air.
Hey, what's up, James Carson?
What's up, dude? Long time no chat.
Yeah.
I had a package just delivered to your house. I was curious if you wanted to just like check, see if it's there. Said it was delivered. Yeah.
Delivering packages and shit, you thoughtful motherfucker. Walked down and...
You just got ice, bitch! Oh my god. Woo! Great to see you, man.
So like the legend that he is, Bry Kelly sliced the top off that bottle and got down to business on one knee. It was the definition of a team victory.
Oh, yeah, baby. Very nice. Well done.
Riding high from the big W with Brian Kelly, we moved on to my friend Aaron, who I'm pretty sure was just finishing up church.
You know he's picking up.
Hey, dude.
What's up, dude? I just got an email.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What flavor, by the way?
Just
regular.
Original.
Original. I don't even know what flavor. Although this victory was sweet, I'll speed this part along so we have room for the rest of the video. With the wind at our backs, we decided to ride the wave and revisit our friends Nathan and Kathy for round 2.
Oh.
Nice. The momentum was really starting to kick in here, and we were becoming an unstoppable icing force. You know what they say, when it rains, it pours.
It is what it is.
All part of the game. Now, attempt number 8 for Vince was a bit of a doozy, but we still managed to leave an ice for him to take to Pound Town later. Overall, it was really more of a lesson in double-checking the address than anything else. So for my last and final attempt, I called my friend Tyler a little prematurely, but I recorded some of the call from the car.
Yeah, I can't wait. Holy shit, I made my Sunday.
That was so sweet. But little did he know, he was about to get iced.
So there you have it, folks. We ended the trip with 5 wins and 4 losses. And I know this video is in large part comic relief, but I do want to leave you with a few key takeaways and obviously this week's action item. So, takeaway number 1, embrace trial and error. It took me 4 complete failures before getting 1 win. Then I ended the day with 5 wins and 4 losses, which is an amazing comeback, but that wouldn't have happened if I gave up in the first 4 tries. It doesn't need to be perfect, and you'll pick up tricks along the way. As my friend Michael Gonzalez would say, done is better than perfect. Takeaway number 2, think outside the box. There really are no limits to this stuff. Obviously, my friends and I have a fun time icing each other, but your friends might be totally different. There are also a lot of people that I wouldn't ice, and I'd surprise them with something else that they do like. Get creative and think of what that particular person likes and dislikes, and go from there. You'll think of something. And then takeaway number 3 is you can always go bigger. Having now finished this episode, I realize that there's tons of opportunities for me to go way bigger with this. So episode 2 of Icing Your Friends is gonna have me in a limo where I go person to person and I ice each one of them and pick them up, and they all join in one after the other, and we create a big moving party. That way I can get more people involved, we can all do it as a group, and it'll just be more fun. I can either do that, or I could dress up as a FedEx or a UPS person with a wig and a mustache and sunglasses, and go to my friends' houses and make them sign for something before I hand them an ice. So, this week's action item is going to be go out and surprise at least one friend with either a Smirnoff Ice, a water balloon, a bouquet of flowers, a big bunch of balloons, whatever you want to do. I know that they're going to really appreciate you thinking of them and surprising them. And ultimately, I'd love to hear what you come up with, so please comment below so that I can track what you guys are doing and we can exchange cool ideas, right? That's the point of this. And really, if you like this video or you saw some value out of it, feel free to hit the subscribe button below and then click the bell next to it that turns on notifications so that you get notified every time I release a video. Anyways, as always, love you guys. Make it a great week this week, and I'll see you out there. Cheers.